The champions of the First Utility Super League against Hull Kingston Rovers, and Rovers, they are leading by 14 points to 20 at half-time. It's been an entertaining enough first half. Will it be same again in the second 40? Just before the game really does get underway, heard from Craig Lucas, the coach of the York Acorn under-10s team this week, and he'd like me to give a shout-out to young 9-year-old Oliver Taylor, one of his star players. He's sidelined for the next 12 months or so. He can't play the game of rugby league that he loves. He wants us to put a smile on his face, but I hope that we have done. All the very best, Oliver. Speedy recovery from all of us here.
Here for that, Eddie. Well, a penalty. Messing around at the play of the ball. We've got to make sure that the defence, you don't need to be Einstein to work out that both coaches would have had plenty to say.
Oh, I think so, particularly Sean Wayne, because he was desperate to tighten that defence up after conceding 6 to Castleford last week. They scored 6 themselves. They couldn't win the match in the end. Oh, and that doesn't help Logan Tompkins with a mistake. He surrendered the possession here to Jamie Langley. So Rovers on the front foot in the second minute of this second half.
And that brings about the jitters. It really does for your side. You know, you want to get into a good position early in this second stanza, but
oh, what a ball from Leroy out the back.
May have been a touch forward. Either way, they got away with it.
Salter will play the ball here to Travis Burns. Here's Kevin Leroy again, who drives it in. That's 3 tackles gone for Rovers. They've got 3 left. Quick play the ball. Scamper away. Here they come again, Rovers. It's got the ball to Horn, but it's forward.
Yeah, got it spot on. Absolutely wonderful positioning by the referee.
He's claiming it. He wasn't forward. Graham Horn.
Oh, he had to lean back for it. Great position by the referee. Watch this. Yep. Half a metre.
Well, this is the view the referee's getting of it, and that's why he's given the decision. It certainly travels in front of the line, and he's right in line with it. You can't fault his position, so I think you've got to go with that call.
Well,
it's a let-off.
That would have been catastrophic for Wigan at the start of this second half.
Sure would, right underneath the 6. That would have been a 6-pointer for sure. Still got a problem ahead of them, though, the home side, Wigan. They have a little bit more spark in the forwards as well.
Jack Hughes' tackle will play it here to Tompkins. There's one of the forwards, and Pettibone went into that tackle and was grimacing when he came away from it. Wonder if he's done some damage there. Maybe not. As play continues here with Jordan James.
Good solid defence again.
Tompkins with a little scamper from dummy half. Back it comes to Pettibone again. He finds Blake Green. Blake Green goes wide to Burgess. There's space for Burgess. Great ball from Burgess to Farrell. And Wigan score at the other end. Well, that is really a 12-point turnaround, or it might be. Could only be 10. But if Matty Smith kicks this conversion, the scores will be level. It could have been up the other end of the field, and Rovers with the first try in the second half. As it is, it's Sean Wayne's Wigan who cut them open down that right-hand channel of the Rovers' defence, and Farrell with the try.
You're right, Eddie. It could have been a 12-pointer, couldn't it? Good play. Oh, great stuff by Green. You could see that Eddie Gardner, he went missing. He came looking on the inside. Great pass by Burgess. Farrell finishes it off. But I'm afraid Eddie Gardner in a bit bad position.
Well, it's Blake Green who finds Joe Burgess, and Joe Burgess, I think in this Wigan team there's very few players that get you out of your seat. You get excited when he gets the ball, and Joe Burgess, I love watching this young man play the game. There's no fear. He backs himself. He hugs that touchline. He knows that Liam Farrell's leadership is going to be important in this second half. I thought he did a decent job in the first, but they're going to rely on him, and of course Matty Smith.
Matty Smith, now he kicked a goal in the first half. Can he kick this one and level the scores? And the Wolves will tell you that yes, he can. All square, 20 apiece.
Well, they got away with it, didn't they? I think it was a forward pass. The offload there, just in front. Not much in it, but it was just creeping forward. And what a turnaround it was. Great work there by Green, and you can see the winger express back on the inside. Good support play by Farrell. Gives him a chance. It's all square. Game on.
I know we can never ever use the video referee for forward passes, but my word, that pass that was chalked off the try for Hull Kingston Rovers was pretty tight. Pretty tight. Anyway, Rovers here now will get the...
In a good position as well. It wasn't the best pass, was it? They've frittered away the opportunity. They've squared it all up.
Thornley's ball was outside, out wide, and it only found the touch judge. So this is a chance for Rovers now to square the ledger in this second half. That's James Green.
Got through a lot of work, this fella. So as a hooker, Josh Hodgson.
Yes, Hodgson scheming, goes down the right-hand channel with Burns. He finds Eden.
That's better defence from Wigan. You see, on that occasion, no one came out of the line. They stuck together as a unit.
Burns again, and Adam Walker. It was his pass that was ruled to be forward by Richard Silverwood. Hodgson. Here comes Burns and Keating. Short ball to Langley. Good low tackle by Matty Smith. Fifth and last here for Rovers with Hodgson. Flat pass, trying to get the ball away again. Keating picks it up, and Wigan's defence stands solid this time.
Yeah, good work from Farrell. Keating thought there was a little bit of a gap there. Tompkins went low, Farrell over the top. Now then, this is going to be difficult for the home side. Got to be careful now, Rovers. They know they can't just give away a silly penalty.
Right, let's get the half-time news. Bill's downstairs.
Eddie, that defensive stint from Wigan there on their own line would have brought a smile to the face of, well, not a smile to the face of Sean Wayne. He'd have growled a little bit less because he was in a pretty dire mood when he came down at the end of the first half. But it wasn't a paint-stripping job. He was positive in his outlook for Wigan's prospects in this second half. If they can patch up their defensive errors and cut out the errors as well that have gifted possession to Hull Kingston Rovers. They've lost the ball again there, and they've paid the price once when Jordan James knocked on in the first half. They nearly did again in the second half when Logan Tompkins dropped it.
Yes, it's Rovers who are back in possession then, just over halfway. Here's Wellham. Wellham tries to go inside Darryl Goulding, and he goes to ground pretty quickly. That ball came away, and the referee says that was perfectly legal. Play on. Wigan have it back.
Well,
Here's Pettibone.
It looked like Wellham tried to keep this ball alive. No, just dislodged it, couldn't hold it. Elbow hit the ground. Good run there by Charnley. That's much better from Wigan. A little bit more enthusiasm. Big fire in the belly.
Could have been, well, he is penalised here. Wayman having a drag of the player along the ground.
He's going to be a great player, John Bateman. He's come on the field here now as a substitute tonight, carried the ball up. In fact, he got them from the try line to the 10-metre line. Goulding got them over the 20. It was too easy for Wigan to get out to their own danger zone, Eddie. The Hull Kingston Rovers defence to start the first half and the second half isn't quick enough or strong enough to cope with Wigan.
Scott Taylor now for Wigan. Just inside the 20-metre zone. Logan Tompkins looking. Will go down the middle, though, with Pettibone.
Neat little blindside run there.
Tompkins again. Feels the pass out to Smith. He gets it away to Green, and Farrell once again trying to force his way over the line, but loses the ball in the process.
Well, I think Farrell's unlucky here. Leroy.
And a penalty here. Farrell has spoken out of turn to the referee, so this penalty now for dissent.
Well, Leroy is all around Liam Farrell's head. Watch him around the throat. Liam Farrell plants his hand down. He wants to stand up, regain his feet, loses the ball. I've seen those penalties go either way.
Well, lack of professionalism. You can't do that. No way. You got to use your brains. Be cool and calm. I'm afraid that has been a bit of a problem with Wigan all through this season.
Well, the match is finally balanced, obviously, at 20 points all, 10 minutes into the second half. And Hodgson finds Keating in centre field. He gets the ball away to Graham Horne. 29 next week. Graham Horne, 50th Hull Kingston Rovers appearance tonight. Hodgson.
Another great work by Bateman. He works overtime.
Hodgson again. Josh Hodgson, dummy half. Here is Langley. Down he goes, and Hodgson points in the direction, getting Wellham out of the way. He comes this way. Keating. Dabbed down the line from Chris Keating. Finds touch.
Well, it was effective in the first half, wasn't it? He knows on that short blind side, they're going to get the scrum down, apply the pressure, maybe just dislodge the ball, force the error. They've been in fine form tonight.
They are difficult kicks, Steve. He chooses, and again, we thought it was game plan. John Wells has come up with it. He's had a chance to analyse it. Wells and Burns having a big say in this game. To jump out, kick down the skinny side, you've probably got a strip of land about 8 or 10 metres wide, and to still find that land and drop it off the island, causing the scrum, is big skill.
Charnley will pick himself up in centre field, plays it to Logan Tompkins. Here's Scott Taylor taking on this Rovers defence. Hodgson inevitably, Wayman also brings the big fella down. Here's Pettibone. 3 tackles gone, 20 metres gained for Wigan. Taylor again finds Matty Smith. Smith then to Bowen. Bowen comes wide to Charnley. And Charnley gets Wigan over halfway on tackle number 4. Logan Tompkins scoots in at dummy half. Matty Smith's waiting and gets it. Here comes the last tackle for Wigan.
Will it beat the bomb? Will it go high or into the corner? No, they're going to run it.
They are running it with Liam Farrell. And Farrell bounces off a couple and gets the kick away straight to Chris Wellham. Not in the script, I don't think.
No, not the best kick. Just got a little bit disorganised there.
Well, the scoreboard couldn't be any tighter, and I guess neither could the main stats at this point. Wigan did start the second half, but look, the same number of breaks, very similar ground made by both sides, and it's very rare for a side to have a better tackle success rate than Wigan, what Hull Kingston Rovers do at the moment. Still, Wigan, with the extra possession they've had in the second half, you would expect to be just mildly ahead.
The key performance indicators saying that. The match itself, absolutely all square, level pegging. 12 and a half of this second half gone. Rovers here with Michael Wayman again. Down he goes. That's the last coming up then for Hull KR. The kick has to be good here. And Travis Burns and bounces in front of Bowen, who positioned himself well. Bowen then gave it to young Burgess.
And again, good chase there by the Rovers. Burns kick into that corner. Really is cat and mouse at the moment, isn't it? It's just both sides trying to prize open a bit of a gap, try to make that clean break. Not been many tonight.
Tompkins with a little scamper from dummy half. Here's Blake Green, man of the match in the grand final last year, Blake Green. Logan Tompkins, Smith and Taylor. Down goes Taylor. This is the last for Wigan.
Will they test Greg Eden?
They will this time, yes, it's high. And was Smith taken out late? No, the referee had a look at it, and I think he got the call from the touch judges near side. A-OK. Crowd aren't convinced.
Well, it could have actually been a penalty, because Josh Charnley, after the tackle was made, well, it was more of a grab, wasn't it? But look, listen to the crowd. It's about time we heard the old fans.
Oh, Farrell's all over the top of Wayman. Wouldn't let him get to his feet. Penalty on tackle number 4.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit scrappy out there. He thought that Wayman brought the elbow up. Didn't like it, just messed around.
Just want to explain there, Stuart, why that was a penalty in different to other ones.
Well, he's penalised Liam Farrell for trying to spin round on top of the player to get back to marker, rather than coming out of the side and walking round to the front or running round to the front.
So that penalty has given Rovers this position. 10 metres or so inside Wigan's half. Good run again. This is from Justin Poor.
Now remember, in the first half, Rovers very effective with a short pass from Chris Keating.
Green, he shaped a pass and then decided to go Travis Burns, Josh Hodgson rather.
We haven't
Josh
seen
Hodgson, everybody except Hodgson that was. This is Graham Horne, this is Keating. Oh, and off the shoulder of Wellham, went backwards, that was knocked forward by Charnley. He'll bring this back for a knock on by Wigan.
Got away with it, wasn't the best pass out wide. Charnley didn't think it's right, but I think when you see the replay, you'll find that it's Charnley that gets a hand to it. Yep.
Well, Steve-O, that was the first time in the second half that we saw that player that was so effective for Hull KR. You're second-guessing coaches in a dressing room at half-time, but you'd guess that Sean Wayne said, look, this is the strategy I want you to use to shut that player down, whether it's pressure from the inside, making it difficult for Keating and Burns to get that on. But on first examination, first time they've been tested, they've come up with the goods.
Greg Eden now gets it wide to Wellham.
I'm just going to make that point, Eddie, is that we haven't seen much of Greg Eden coming in outside the centre. We've seen him a couple of times link in inside of them. Maybe a change in tactic.
Graham Horne is held on tackle number 2. Will play it to Hodgson. He will then fire it to Keating. And Keating then will give it to Eden. And Eden goes quickly to ground because there were 3 Wigan defenders after him, and he wasn't that far away from the sideline. He'll play the ball there to Cockayne. Cockayne will take the reverse pass from Langley, and then it will be given to Wayman, and Wayman keeps it going back to Keating. Keating then gives it a bit of width and finds Graham Horne, and Horne will take the tackle in centre field. That's tackle number 4. Josh Hodgson now, they're going down the right channel. It's a decent ball, and he held on to it well.
Grubber into the in-goal area. They need another set of 6.
Leroy will play the ball. Here is Burns. It's a dink over the top looking for Wellham. Wellham will palm it out wide to Cockayne. Cockayne will come back off the knee. It's still play on. This is Eden. Oh, he's offside. He's offside, is Keating. What on earth was he thinking about then?
Well, it was pretty... You couldn't hold a board meeting, really. It was going all over the place. A little bit of panic play in the end. And he could see Keating knew as well and truly offside.
I suppose concede a penalty down there.
Yep.
Rather than let them go on a free run up the other end of the field. However,
well, Logan Tompkins, Eddie, just as you were watching that again, Logan Tompkins has just left the field. He hasn't started and played many games for a while, and George Williams has replaced him here. He's almost got to the 60-minute mark, made a vast number of Wigan tackles in the middle of the field. He's now given a rest, and they're going to see whether Williams in the centre can help provide some fresh legs.
Here is Bateman. John Bateman, one of Super League's most promising young players, formerly with the Bradford Bulls in the close season. There's Logan taking his seat on the bench. He's run strongly for an hour.
Yeah, he's put a good shift in, that's for sure.
Thornley to Bowman, Bowman then to Williams.
He can play, this kid, Eddie. I watched him in the grand final, Academy grand final for Wigan, scored 2 tries, romped the man of the match, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him on the big stage.
Loose pass from Matty Smith, and Charnley manages to get hold of it, but Wigan have lost about 20 metres there. Here's Bowen, gives it to Green, and he'll hoist the kick out wide, looking for Burgess, finding Burgess, who is just shepherded into touch on that far side.
Well, the idea was good, execution.
Good work by Liam Salter this.
Yeah, didn't go for him, made sure that he got the ball first. Great stuff. It's all about using your brain, and that's what Salter did.
So 80 Gardner now for Hull Kingston Rovers.
Well, there's plenty of time on for both these sides not to panic or even think about going upfield for a one-pointer. That might come maybe 10-15 minutes later, but got to try to get that field position.
Good tackling by the Wigan defence. Bateman and Williams. Here's Cockayne.
That's another good tackle. Showing some urgency in defence, Wigan now. That's what they need. I'm sure that's what Sean Wayne was saying. It's a better attitude defensively. They started the first half. It was a little bit sloppy. Defenders getting left on the floor too many times. I bet that's Sean Wayne getting another message he'd have given to his team at half-time.
Burgess takes that long pass underneath his own post from Matty Bowen.
Yeah, a bit of a gamble there, wasn't it, by the fullback Bowen, but he was pretty confident.
Well, we had a draw, didn't we, last week? Leeds and Huddersfield, or Huddersfield and Leeds geographically. I wonder what's up for us on Thursday when Warrington meet this Wigan side. That's Thursday at 7:30 on Sky Sports 1. Super League Thursday back. Super League Friday, Leeds against London from Headingley. 7:30 Sky Sports 1 both nights. And next Saturday, Catalan Dragons and Huddersfield live on the 22nd, 5:25 on 2.
That was good work there by Wigan, kicking early in the tackle count.
I think that means with that Catalan match, we've got programmes, rugby league programmes, every day of the week next week, Monday through Saturday.
Tremendous, Eddie. More the merrier, as far as I'm concerned.
So long as you're not on duty for all of them, eh?
Listen, I watch them all the time, you know that.
High shot on Gardner, we're going to penalised. Again.
Just losing the plot again. You know, you put an early kick in and then you can see they go high. And that's not a good effort there by Farrell. He's been around long enough to know that you can't get away with that.
Well, Catalan are giving the Saints a game at Langtree Park. All their troubles this week. Well documented, of course, well discussed on Boots and All as well with Christophe Jouffret. And news today that Jamal Fakir has left the club now. He's refused to go training and staying with the reserve team for the rest of their season anyway, till May. So he's had enough.
Don't write them off, Eddie. You remember that wonderful last Gaff win.
Oh yes, but there's no Scott Duro tonight, sadly. There's about a dozen of them out actually. But anyway, back to this game. And here is Wayman.
And he's starting to look like the quality we expected, isn't he? He's getting more involved, getting excited, trying to get that arm free.
Now then, Keating to Langley, to Eden. Greg Eden bumps his way, or tries to, through Goulding.
Great tackle by Goulding.
They've handled that play again, Eddie.
This is Keating, he'll float the kick up into the air. Oh, it's dropped, but he was taken out in the air. Liam Farrell, taken out by Kevin Laroya.
Good job that Farrell was there. Shouted for it, and yeah, Laroya definitely made contact.
Yeah, it's a push in the back rather than the tackle, isn't it? But it was
a lazy arm
push.
And on top of that, he finished up with a lazy arm right into the face. Good run from Farrell.
I made the point, Eddie, about Wigan handling that play from Hulkiar. You just feel like the outside defenders, the wingers and the centres aren't jumping in, they're not panicking. They're waiting until the inside defenders, the big men from the middle, come in and try to fix that problem.
Well, this time Justin Poore just rubbing his hand in the face of the grounded Wigan player.
Look, at a time like this, Eddie, you don't do a silly thing like that.
Ben Flower.
Okay, you know, he was pushing into his face, so if you retaliate, usually the person that gets retaliated gives away the penalty.
And that's exactly what's happened. That's 2 penalties in quick succession for Wigan. Can they make this pay? Green gives it inside. And it's Dom Crosby, who's underneath the sticks, will get to his feet. Williams, back it comes to Blake Green.
Not the best pass.
Oof.
Green had to lean back for that.
And what's more, Laroya took him round the neck. Matty Smith, Matty Bowen, and Goulding almost through. Very important tackle that by Keating. Bateman waits for Wigan. Going on his own jump, Bateman. Good run too.
Great strength there from the second rower.
Here comes the last tackle for Wigan. And it's with Ben Flower. And Flower scores for Wigan and nudges them into the lead. They were ahead early. And that's the first time since the 9th minute that they have taken the lead. Is it just at the right time? Ben Flower with the try. The Welsh international.
Give away a silly penalty. You retaliate in front of the referee. He's always going to give that. Gets him into position. Beautiful pass. Came out of the line, and Matty Smith is a wonderful handball. Look at that. That's how to run onto a ball. Well timed by Smith. Nothing was going to stop that.
Well, Wigan have done to Hulkiar, Steve, or what they did to them in the first half. Two runners, Ben Flower being the outside runner, running at Travis Burns. He had an impossible decision to make. And a great try for the front rower. We're going to back-head it.
Yes, and the try coming as a result of penalty. And what do we say? Penalty, try. Now can Matty Smith get his third successful kick in a row, I think. He missed two, he scored with two. This for a hat-trick for Matty. Manages it this time then. That's 3 in a row for Matty Smith. And Wigan are ahead by 26 points to 20.
Well, this is a quality try from the front row, Ben Flower. An excellent decision from Matty Smith, but he has two options. One out the back. And just gives it an easy 4-pointer to the Welsh international front row, Ben Flower, who's getting better and better with every game.
Well done, Matty Smith, for keeping his nerve after two shaky kicks in the first half. He's got massive boots too, Phil, you know. Pat Richards, his average was 10 points a game at Wigan in 8 Super League years. 2,110 points scored by Pat Richards.
Yeah, it's a big loss, Eddie, isn't it? But
huge.
I suppose...
And as big a loss, Steve-O, to be fair, as Sam Tompkins.
Yep, without a doubt. And I suppose in many ways... you've got to say that Wigan don't look the same without Sean O'Loughlin, do they?
And if you add Harrison Hansen, Lee Mossop, Chris Chuse and 3 other players that aren't there, it's very much a different side, 2014 Wigan.
Salford winning, Leeds winning, Salford losing to Warrington, Leeds beating Widnes. Looks like the Widnes bubble might be bursting at Headingley, and Saints beating Catalan elsewhere tonight. Here, Wigan just in front for the first time since the 9th minute.
But the second half, Eddie, if I'm right, is 12-0 now in favour of the home side, and I don't know whether it's just my opinion, but Hull Kingston Rovers haven't looked like scoring in the 27 minutes since we had the break. They've been close to Wigan's line, sorry, but they did get the one with the forward pass. Other than that, really, Wigan's defence on their own lines looks strong. This is where one of the Hull Kingston Rovers players really going to have to step up here and be a game changer.
And I think they've been good in this area. I think the go forward has been good, particularly from Wayman and the other front row, Justin Poore. They're giving a good platform to those kickers. It's just when they get near the try line, they just haven't quite got the key to unlock that padlock.
La Roya nearly through. Stuart, could I just have your version of events? Have I been imagining things tonight, or have there been one or two of these 3 men in the tackles and the last man coming in very low?
Well, there's been a lot of tackles around the the third man going in at the legs. It's the force and the position to go in. I'm not so certain as all of them have been around the knee joints or the ankle joints, or with sufficient force to interest the match review panel. But there have been a lot, and I think under the NRL rules that they have at the moment, I think we'd have seen quite a few penalties in this second half, because they are now penalising any third man tackle below the knees.
We've just seen good work by the Hull Kingston Rovers defence. Joe Burgess, he caught the high bomb cleanly enough, but then he was bundled over the line. So this is a chance for Rovers.
Yeah, it wasn't the best kick, and they got away with it. And Rovers, well, especially in that first half, you know, the combination with Burns and Keating, and that's where they've got to try to get that dummy runners working, that little offload, Keating on that short run, just like we've seen from Matty Smith.
La Roya is halted by 2 defenders. Burns, infield it comes to Adam Walker.
That's 5 of the 6 players, and they've only thrown passes on 1 of them.
Back it comes to Keating, and Keating with a kick looking for Wellham. That's palmed backwards by Charnley to Bowen. And Bowen gets as far as Josh Hodgson.
Trying to pull the ball out there to the hooker Hodgson. A lot of the crowd thought it was a flop, but it was solo, it was on his own. Tackle wasn't complete, everything's right. Now, up the sleeve. Needs good quality work.
Farrell has really worked hard tonight.
Yeah.
Thornley wasn't tackled. Hull KR thought that he was.
Eden's deep. Will they think about just a trickle over the top? No, big forward.
Here's Don Crosby again. Eden goes even deeper now. Matty Bowen to Smith. Smith drills the kick along the ground.
Smart work. He knows what it's all about. He knows they've got a 6-point lead. Let's just turn them around time and time again. See the backspin on that.
Steve-O, that's that leadership we talked about. Matty Smith knows it's a much more composed Wigan side in this second half. Going through their process, going through the nuts and bolts of what they want to do, how they want to break this Hull KR side down. And Sean Wayne, Iestyn Harris, will be a little bit happier with where they are in the second half. First half, I imagine, Bill said it wouldn't have been a pain-stripping information gathering exercise. I bet it was.
Well,
interesting as well, by the way, that Wigan have got slight goal-kicking problems, though Matty Smith's found his feet now, but they've got Iestyn Harris up there, they've got Paul Deacon downstairs.
I saw Steve Blakely in the car park as well. He's joined the coaching staff.
So there's a few kickers there to offer words of advice and encouragement to Matty. Mind you, 3 from 3 after a shaky start, not a bad return now. Good hands from Rovers, but good defence from Wigan. Burgess harassing Travis Burns.
And that lifts the side. To see a winger going in like that, getting the ball through the crowd now getting behind the home team. And you can guarantee that once Wigan get possession back, this is on the last, they'll be looking for the 1 point.
The kick from Keating
is poor.
Straight to Bowen. Bowen has seen another gap. Here he goes. He's got some support with him from Matty Smith. Here's Charnley. Oh, Charnley ducked under the poor arm. Charnley has lost
back
that. It was an attempted strip.
It's back to 6.
Wigan looking now to come home with a wet sail.
Straight down the middle, get the forwards going.
Flower to Bateman. Bateman away from Welland. Bateman continues going. There's the 6 to go. Hodgson trying to steal the ball. Here's Ben Flower, scorer of the latest Wigan try, trying to run over the top of Neville Costigan. With help from Jordan Cox, he's brought down. George Williams. Here's Bateman. Bateman is tackled by Keating.
Another drive, come on.
It's with Smith. He pops it up to Taylor. And Taylor takes Wigan to underneath the sticks. Here's a penalty. They'll take the 2. Matty Smith's already put the hand up and he said he'll take the 2.
Now,
and yes, he will.
Didn't he just hand that ball? It looked as though he handed the ball and Hodgson went. I think it was Hodgson that said, oh, listen, I've finished up with it, sir.
Well, it's the 3rd time he's tried to strip the ball.
Right in front of the referee.
Well, I'd imagine those two are good mates, played many years together as Hull KR players.
Well, Hodgson seemed to be given a gift-wrapped football then, didn't he?
He more or less appealed to Silverwood, the referee. So he just gave it to me, sir. But I think you might see a little bit of a pull there. Sir, he gave it to me. He's not... A right smile on the face of Silverwood said, yeah, you're not going to get away with that one. Well, this should seal it.
Yes, this kick from Matty Smith is bang in front. He'd kick this in his slippers. Vital 2 points for Wigan. Could be the key to victory. 28-20.
Certainly is. They got the 2 points, but they can thank their fullback, Matty Bowen. Took the ball, nice little step. This is the type of play that has made him very, very a happy player down in Australia. And they got into a good position. The penalty was given away by Josh Hodgson. Not surprisingly, Rover's gone for the short one. Haven't come up with it, though.
Yes, it was knock on, Matt. That's a 0 tackle. Matty Smith gets the ball away to Charnley. Well, they've won 13 of 17 against Hull KR since 2007. It has looked a little shaky at times tonight for Wigan, but 3 wins last year, followed up by a victory at the start of this.
It's been a better second half for Wigan, though.
Yes, whatever Sean Wayne said to them, it's worked.
Yeah, but not only that, we've seen Matty Smith just take control. Short pass, creating things. The kicking game has been superb in the second half. They were all at sea, both Blake Green and Matty Smith in the first 40 minutes. Didn't look all that in good shape, but boy, Matty Smith stepped up to the plate. He's shown the professionalism that has got Wigan through tonight.
George Williams to Blake Green. Here is Matty Smith. There's a high kick. An invitation for Charnley to chase. Oh, this is going to bounce. This is going to bounce. Now, did Ben Cockayne take the ball over the line?
He wants to have a look.
He thinks it's a goal line dropout, but he'd just like the video refs to have a quick look at this, which is fair enough.
I'm checking it. We'll have two chances to confirm or overrule the referee. Is it an obvious call? He jumps. Oh, I think he just gets his feet down dead before he touches the ball.
If he jumps from the field of play and catches it there.
And then he goes, he's taking it out, yes, it's a goal line dropout.
Wow, those are the inches, aren't they, Stuart? He's in an impossible position. He has 3 Wigan defenders breathing down his neck. Does he leave it? Does he carry it over? I think the sheer answer. Okay, let's go, boys.
Oh, Craig Sandercock. Oh, there's invention. But it's not come up. It's not come up for them. Travis Burns went for a cheeky option, and young Burgess picked up the short dropout.
That was
Here
brilliant.
comes Bateman.
Brilliant play by Burgess. Talk about putting your body on the line.
Williams finds Smith. Smith with a flat pass. Here is Ben Flower. Legs pumping. And this could really seal it for Wigan. Williams waiting again. Goes down that left-hand side. Dab through. Thornley gets the hat-trick for Wigan. Hull KR not impressed. Go to the referee and ask about something, but it's too late, boys. They've given the decision. And, well, things haven't gone Rovers' way. They had the try chalked off at the start of the second half. That could have made it so much different. As it is, though, Wigan have come up with a very professional second half performance since.
Yeah, it was another good kick. He had to take it over. There's no doubt about it. But what about that beautiful kick through? He's got to be in a good position. He's had a fine game as Thornley. That's all you need. Blake Green stabs it through.
And that is Ian Thornley's first career hat-trick. And he's taken every one of them well. This needed some scoring.
Yeah, well read though, wasn't it? You could see that Blake Green realised that the defence was coming through, and the positional play from this fella tonight has been outstanding. First hat-trick, he will remember that.
Well, he was left out of the World Club Challenge. He's played in every Super League match so far, 16 tries in 30 in his first full season for Wigan last year. And he's now taken his tally for 2014 to 5 tries, courtesy of his hat-trick. Now then, Matty Smith with this kick. Sad for Matty, because every time he prepares to take one of these conversions or penalties, all eyes will be on him. Well, he'd be delighted with that. And so will his coach. And so will Paul Deacon and Easton Harris up there alongside Sean and Steve Blakely. 34-20, Wigan have won. Hull KR have put up a fight.
Well, Sean Wayne, as a former front row, will appreciate the effort of Ben Flower. His extra leg drive just attracts defenders, doesn't allow them to get back into position. And that's a lovely little kick. There's the leg drive, there's the extra effort. Great stuff from Ben Flower. As I say, he's getting better and better every game. And the fancy Dans, all they have to do is catch the ball and put it down.
Well, that's what they'll be doing now, Baz. They'll up the tempo, up the jumper style. They know they've got the win. The Rovers really tested them in that first stanza. And you've got to say they've come out Wigan with a little bit more professionalism, a lot more fire in the belly.
And I know it's a game, this of ifs, buts, ands and maybes, but what would have happened had that try been allowed to stand at the start of the second half, and when we looked at it and looked at it and looked at it, it was debatable, and that's being kind, it was debatable whether that was actually a forward pass. But what would have happened had that stood? We don't know now, do we?
Ifs and buts, as you keep saying, Eddie. But quite frankly, I've seen it 3 times now, and I think it was just slightly forward. He'll rule the fact, though, Craig Sandercock.
Oh, here we go. Inventive. This is inventive from Burgess.
He's lost it. He's had it whipped away.
1-on-1. The ball went backwards, so Hull KR are able to carry on. And Eden has picked up the loose ball.
Well, they haven't thrown the towel in, have they, the Rovers? You've got to give them good credit for that.
I think they came out in the first half. They shocked Wigan. They caught them a couple of times. Obviously, the coaching staff, Iestyn Harris, Sean Wayne, had a chance to look at what was going wrong. There's some clarity, there's some information given, and then it's up to the players to apply that, and I think they've done that remarkably in the second half of Wigan.
Gone for a 40-20 here, but the ball's just spinning back into the field of play. Bowen will have to pick it up.
Now then,
the last minute.
The Wigan crowd would love a long burst, but he's offloaded it to the winger.
He'll get a lot of confidence from that first half try, won't he, tonight, Matty Bowen?
Yeah, that was a tremendous effort.
It's been a solid second half performance from the Wigan Warriors, it really has.
Yeah, and I'm sure that their coach Sean Wayne will be appreciative of the hard work. They were all over the shop defensive-wise.
Whatever he said has worked. Here's the last hurrah for Wigan, I think. Will he have time to get to his feet and play the ball? I don't think so. They're happy with that, Wigan and Farrell. They're happy with the win in the end. There's the hat-trick hero, Ian Thornley. Sean Wayne making his way from the gantry here down to the dressing rooms. Well, he went with a